Alright, hello everyone. Ang lecture natin ngayon, Social Psychology. Pag-uusapan natin yung tinatawag na celebrity worship. Mamaya, explain ko kung ano yung celebrity worship na yan. God's Word muna tayo, Exodus. Many of you knows this book. You shall have no other gods before me. Yung me dito, si Yahweh of the Bible. You shall not make yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, very popular quality na naman ng Diyos to, is a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and the fourth generation of those who hate me. Kung babasahin nyo tong passage na to ng maigi, pwede kayo makabuo ng scientific hypothesis. Kaya lagi kong sinasabi sa mga students ko, when you read the Bible, be prepared na meron kayong maiisip na mga scientific claims or scientific hypothesis. In this case, pwede nating i-hypothesize that worshiping human beings is not good for mental health. Kasi itong passage na to tungkol to sa idolatry. Sumasamba ka sa isang bagay or sa isang tao na hindi naman Diyos. Kasi isa lang naman talaga ang Diyos na dapat mong sambahin. So anything or anyone that you worship who is not God, as mentioned here, ito yung qualifications. Sino yung not God? Ang tawag doon, idolatry, and it is one of the serious sins that a person can commit. And in the Bible, kapag ang isang bagay is sin, may negative psychological effect yan. Kaya from there, we can form this hypothesis, ulitin ko, worshiping human beings, also known as idolatry, is not good for mental health. So as I go along, tignan natin kung totoo nga ba yung hypothesis na yan coming from Exodus. Siyempre, dapat alam natin yung ibig sabihin ng worship or sa Tagalog, pagsamba. According to the APA, reverence or adoration for a divine or supernatural being, a person, or a principle. Kinapi-paste ko lang to from the APA online dictionary. Another definition, the formal expression of religious faith in ritual, prayer, and other prescribed practices. Between these two bullets, yung word na worship, mas kilala to dito sa second bullet. Diba, when we use the word worship, may kinalaman yan sa simbahan, may kinalaman yan sa Diyos. At tama naman yon. But in this lecture, between these two bullets, focus tayo doon sa unang bullet, and then I'm going to focus on the worship of a person. Although, tandaan natin na ang worship, it is a psychological act na dapat yung tama, binibigay ito sa Diyos, supernatural being who is God of the Bible. Siya lang dapat ang sinasamba. Pero sabi nga dito ng APA, may mga pagkakataon that human beings worship another human being. So pwede ka rin pala sumamba sa tao, sabi sa definition na to. Yun yung pinagbabawal ng Exodus kanina na binasa ko. No? Again, ang tawag doon is idolatry. When you give your worship to another human being. Now, if I'm going to paraphrase the word worship, etong second bullet na to, ako na lang to ha. Hindi to galing sa APA, ako to. How do you know na sinasamba mo yung isang tao when you give, dedicate, or invest your human resources to that person that you are worshiping, also known as your idol? Sino dito may idol? Yan, for sure marami dito may idol, no? Madalas, yung idol mo sinasamba mo. Paano mo nasabi na sinasamba mo yung idol mo? Binibigay mo to. Marami kang resources na binibigay doon sa idol mo. Using the language of human development, paano mo malaman na sumasamba ka sa isang tao? Binibigay mo yung different components ng pagkatao mo doon sa idol mo. Binibigay mo yung biological processes mo o yung katawan mo, dinededicate mo sa kanya yung pag-iisip mo, inaalay mo sa taong yon yung iyong relationship, inaalay mo sa taong yon yung emotions mo. So kapag ganyan karami yung binibigay mo doon sa taong yon, we can say, ano nangyayari? You are worshiping that person, whoever that is. Okay? Masyado ka ng maraming investment na binibigay doon sa taong yon, wino-worship mo, sinasamba mo yung taong yon. Kaya kung i-connect mo to sa another passage in the Bible, doon sa Mark 12:30, Sabi dyan, di ba? Love the Lord your God with what? All your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your strength. I-summarize mo yung passage na yan, ang ibig sabihin lang yan is, you should worship God, the God of the Bible, the ultimate supernatural being. Siya yung tamang object of worship. Kaya, ito yung pinakamahalagang, di ba? Commandment. Worship God. So kung kanino mo binibigay yung different aspects mo as a human being, heart, soul, mind, strength, yun yung wino-worship mo. And the correct recipient of this is none other than God Himself. Dapat si Lord lang yung pinapataas mo yung worth. Actually, mali. Hindi pinapataas yung worth kasi God already has the highest worth, no? I stand corrected. Dapat siya lang yung siya lang yung binibigyan mo ng worth mo. Yung buong pagkatao mo, yung buong worth mo as a person, inaalay mo doon sa object of worship, who is again, in this case, God. But then in our lecture, pwedeng mangyari to, ginagawa mo to, pero hindi love the Lord your God. Love your idol. Paano mo nalalaman na sinasamba mo yung idol mo? Yun na nga. Binibigay mo yung buong pagkatao mo sa idol mo. Okay? Binibigyan mo yung heart mo, soul mo, mind mo, yung strength mo, or again, in human development, the domains of a human being, binibigay mo to sa isa pang tao, yan yung idolatry. Na later on, may kinalaman sa celebrity worship. So, if I'm going to picture this, the word worship, ilagay natin sa picture form, ganyan yan. Pwedeng individual, one-on-one kayo ni Lord, sinasamba mo siya, that can happen. So, kaya siya nakaganyan, di ba? Nakaganyan. Binibigay niya yung pagkatao niya kay Lord. Lord, here I am. Buong buo ako, 100%, take me. I'm offering myself to you. Worship yon. Pwede rin naman collective na sa grupo. Sabay-sabay yung ginagawa yan. Yan yung nangyayari sa mga churches every Sunday. Kaya merong worship services every Sunday. Nagigets nyo? So, pwedeng individual, pwedeng collective ang worship. Ngayon, sabi ko nga kanina, going back, hindi tayo magfo-focus sa supernatural being. Gagawa na lang natin ng ibang lecture yan. Ano yung psychological benefits when you worship God? Rather, in this lecture, focus tayo doon sa person. Ano yung picture ng isang tao na sumasamba sa kapwa niya tao? If there is one social event na sa tingin ko, close na close sa idea of worship, yan yung concerts. Yan. Kung mapapansin nyo sa concert, merong nagper-perform doon sa harap, maraming taong nanonood. The thing is, many of those people, we can say, kung titignan mo yung definition ng worship, pasok sila sa definition of worship. They are worshiping those people performing in front. Most of the time naman, ganun Yung kaya ka nga nanonood ng concert nila, bakit? Kasi idol mo sila. And anything na related sa idol mo, may kinalaman yan sa worship. Kapag nagbigay ka na ng mga bagay sa sarili mo doon sa idol mo, it could be considered a form of worship. Now, don't get me wrong Hindi naman lahat ng taong nanonood ng concert, ibig sabihin, wino-worship na nila yung nagper-perform. Hindi lahat, pero marami. Pwede rin naman kasing nanonood ka lang ng concert kasi gusto mo lang talaga sila makita. Curious ka lang sa itsura nila kapag live. Pwede gusto mo lang talaga marinig yung boses nila. Or hinila ka lang ng mga kaibigan mo kaya ka nanood ng concert. Or ine-enjoy mo lang talaga yung music that they are performing. Hindi naman worship yon. Pero yung mga die-hard fans, talagang yung buong pagkatao nila during the concert, they are offering to the performers. Biological, talagang nakatayo ang mga yan, pipila yan kahit 3 oras, okay lang. Pag nagrarun na yung concert, talagang tatalon, sisigaw, makikipagtulakan, so on and so forth. Biological yon. Cognitive, habang nagko-concert, wala silang ibang iniisip but these people. Wala silang iniisip na trabaho, wala silang iniisip na assignment, talagang focus ang attention nila sa mga taong to na nagper-perform. Social, talaga namang i-share nila yung presence sa mga idol nila, sa mga kaibigan nila. Ipopost nila yun sa social media, mag-iimbita yan na manood ng concert. Syempre, pati na yung emotions nandyan, social emotional. Diba? Pag emotional, talagang nandyan yung excitement, nandyan yung happiness, nandyan yung AWE, yung spelling, talagang manghang-mangha sila na nakita nila yung idol nila. So if you can picture that kind of person that I'm talking about, lahat to binibigay doon sa performers, it could be a form of worship. Wino-worship nila yung idol nilang nagpe-perform. Yan. So may isa pa akong picture dito, hindi na lang ako magsasabi ng pangalan, pero sa tingin ko, itong performer na to, talagang marami tong worshipers. Talagang to the level where the fans of this performer, buong-buong yan, binibigay dito sa idol nila. Biological, cognitive, social, emotional. Again, my point, given the definition of worship, maraming tao papasok sa definition na yan. They are worshiping their idol. Got that? So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng worship. Ngayon, i-connect na natin yung celebrity worship. So, celebrity worship, ito yung worship of another human being. Pero yung human being na yon may category, siya yung celebrity, sikat, well-known. So karamihan ng mga human being na sinasamba, recipient of worship, sila yon, yung celebrity. So when you say celebrity worship, sumasamba ka sa isang celebrity. So this concept, diniscuss to sa isang article. If you want to read more, you can visit this article by Samson and Samson. Ito yung article nila, I'm your number one fan, a clinical look at celebrity worship. So if you read this article, ito yung definition nila ng celebrity worship, pathological admiration. Doon pa lang negative na kaagad hindi maganda kasi pathological. Ibig sabihin may sakit. Pathological admiration of a celebrity. May isang celebrity na human being, kumakain din, nalulungkot din, meron din siyang human relationships, nagkakasakit din, pero yung mga fans niya, kino-consider siyang Diyos. Kaya sabi ko dito, parang Diyos na ang trato mo doon sa celebrity na yon. Binibigay mo yung buong pagkatao mo doon sa celebrity na yon. Binibigay mo yung katawan mo, pag-iisip mo, relationship mo, emotions mo doon sa taong yon. You are committing celebrity worship. Baka sabihin nyo, invento ko lang yung term na celebrity worship. This is a legitimate psychological concept. Talagang sa field of research, meron talagang konsepto ng celebrity worship. In fact, na-measure pa nga yan pwedeng sukatin. May mga instruments that exist. I-zoom in natin. Ito yung article that you can read. Yan. Conceptualization of and measurement of celebrity worship. So, meron ditong test na kapag kinuha mo, malalaman mo kung celebrity worshipper ka ba. Kapag mataas yung score mo dito sa test na yan, ibig sabihin, celebrity worshipper ka. So, this is a legitimate concept. Pwede nating masukat to sa isang tao. Sample items are the following. Yan, para magkaroon kayo ng idea. So, you are going to rate this in a scale of 1 to 5. If I'm not mistaken, my friends and I like to discuss what my favorite celebrity has done. Paborito nyong topic, yung celebrity na paborito mo. Yan. I enjoy watching, reading, or listening to my favorite celebrity because it means a good time. I love to talk with others who admire my... Ito magkaibang item yata to, no? Yan, ibahin natin. Yan, magkaibang items yan. So, second item, ulitin ko. I enjoy reading or listening to my favorite celebrity because it means a good time. I love to talk with others who admire my favorite celebrity. This is item number 3. And then item number 4, listening learning the life story of my favorite celebrity is a lot of fun. So kapag matataas ang scores mo dyan, ibig sabihin, most likely, celebrity worshipper ka. So I hope, by reading the items, meron na kayong grasp. Meron kayong idea what does it mean to worship a celebrity. In fact, meron pa pala akong next item. Sayang. I am obsessed by details of my favorite celebrity's life. So this becomes item 5. Huwag ko na palitan 5, 6, 7. When something good happens to my favorite celebrity, I feel like it happened to me. So kapag na broken-hearted yung celebrity mo, yung wino-worship mo, broken-hearted ka rin. Pag malungkot yung celebrity, malungkot ka rin. Pag galit yung celebrity, galit ka rin. Mamaya may tawag dyan. Bakit ka nakaka-relate sa feelings ng idol mo hindi ka naman niya kilala? Okay, mamaya may tawag dyan. Bigay ko sa inyo yung concept. Number 6, I have pictures or souvenirs of my favorite celebrity which I always keep in exactly the same place. Again, all these items, pag mataas ang score mo dyan, most likely celebrity worshiper ka. Now, let's zoom in. According to research, ano yung psychological profile ng mga tao na mataas ang celebrity worship? So sila na yung mga celebrity worshipers. Sila na yung mga sumasamba sa human beings na sinasabi natin. And just a review, ano yung hypothesis natin kanina? According to Exodus, hindi maganda sa mental health when a human being worships another human being. So from here, malalaman na natin kung totoo nga ba, tama nga ba yung hypothesis natin. Kaya ba pinagbabawal yan ng Exodus? Remember, that's where we're coming from. Ito yung verse of the day natin. Kaya pinagbabawal to kasi masama sa mental health natin. Is that true? Ano sabi ng research dyan? Well, ito yung mga outcomes. According to research, anong nangyayari sa mga tao na mataas ang celebrity worship? Meron silang sinasamba na celebrity. According to one study by Maltby et al., karamihan daw ng mga taong celebrity worshippers, mataas ang chance to commit criminal behaviors. Mas mataas yung chance na mang-i-stalk sila, mas mataas yung chance na nagnanakaw sila, so on and so forth. Basahin nyo na lang tong article nila para malaman nyo kung ano yung mga criminal behaviors na yan. Basta bottom line, pag celebrity worshiper ka, tumataas yung chance, mataas yung chance na may mga gagawin kang masama sa society. Okay? In another study by Sanson and Sanson, yung article kanina, ito ro yung mga outcomes kapag mataas ang celebrity worship mo, celebrity worshiper ka, you commit a lot of risky behaviors na delikado sa sarili at sa ibang tao, such as premarital sex, for example, or drugs, or drunk driving. According to their data, nagkakaroon ng identity issues. Mamaya, anong epekto ng celebrity worship sa identity mo? Papaliwanag ko yan. Poor relationships. Yung mga relationship nila with their parents, with their friends, with their jowa, pumapalya, pumapangit kapag celebrity worshiper ang isang tao. Mataas din yung chance ng depression, anxiety, and social dysfunction. In general, lahat to negative, wala akong makitang positive. So, hindi talaga maganda sa mental health kapag ang tao nagiging celebrity worshiper. In another study by Maltby and Day, 2011, ang mga taong nag-worship ng celebrity, merong poor body image. Malakas na predictor ng poor body image itong celebrity worship. Yung mga celebrity worshippers, ayaw nila yung katawan nila. Feeling nila pangit yung katawan nila. Lalong-lalo na kapag yung idol nila maganda yung katawan. Yung idol nila may six packs, yung idol nila matangkad, yung idol nila malaki ang biceps. Or pag female version, yung idol nila very fit. Low ang body fat. Yan. Tapos yung katawan nila hindi ganon, naiinis sila. Bakit yung katawan nila hindi katulad ng idol nila? So nagkakaroon ng body hate. In another study, sabi dito, ang mga celebrity worshippers very related to, or it predicts, willingness to undergo cosmetic surgery. Marami sa mga celebrity worshippers, dahil ayaw nila yung katawan nila, willing sila mag-undergo ng mga unnecessary cosmetic surgery. Andyan na yung mga magpapatangos ng ilong, andyan na yung magpapa-retoke ng mga parts ng katawan, magpapa-liposuction kahit hindi naman kailangan. Sounds familiar? In the DSM-5, possible body dysmorphia. Kaya may mga studies, hindi ko na lang nalagay dyan, celebrity worship can even predict body dysmorphia. Nagde-develop sila ng ganyang sakit. Kasi nga, celebrity worshiper sila. And, kung itatranslate mo to in everyday life, dito na nanggagaling yung mga instances where certain fans talagang gagastos ng malaki. I-endanger yung health nila kahit hindi naman kailangan ng surgery, magpapa-surgery sila para lang maging kamukha nila yung idol nila. As you can see in this slide, yan. I-google nyo na lang, marami na palang ganyang tao. They undergo unnecessary surgeries. Magpapalubog sila sa utang. Sa credit card nila, makapagpa-surgery lang sila. At yung surgery na ginagawa nila sa sarili nila para maging kamukha nila yung idol nila. Ganong level of worship these people undergo. Grabe, no? In another study, pag mataas ang celebrity worship mo, according to McCutcheon et al., tumataas din yung relational dissatisfaction. Ibig sabihin, kung meron kang jowa, romantic partner, tapos biglang naging celebrity worshipper ka, according to their study, bumabagsak yung quality ng relationship mo with your jowa. Interesting, ang explanation nila dyan, gumamit sila ng absorption addiction model. So, meron silang theory to explain bakit pag celebrity worshipper ka, nasisira yung romantic relationship mo, ganito raw kasi yon. So, ito yung tao. Sa una, nakikinig-kinig lang siya nung music, nagagandahan lang siya sa boses. Siguro, trip lang niya yung itsura ng celebrity. Alright? So, hindi pa siya celebrity worshipper. Tapos, meron siyang jowa. As you can see here, yung resources niya, binibigay niya sa jowa niya, which is tama naman. 'Di ba? Dahil romantically, you are connected, sa kanya mo bibigay yung different aspects mo. 'Di ba? Dapat yung katawan mo, yung cognitive mo, yung social mo, yung emotional aspect mo, doon lang sa asawa mo. Tama? Kasi wife mo siya eh. Right? Or husband mo siya eh. Depende kung ito babae or lalaki. So, yung affection, yung resources that you give to your romantic partner, in this case, greater than the celebrity. Pero anong sasabihin ng absorption addiction model kapag naging celebrity worshipper na, mari-reverse na ngayon yan. Biglang idol mo na si Taylor Swift. Idol mo na yung Coldplay. Ano nangyari? Idol mo na yung isang banda ng mga Koreano na ang popogi. So ano ngayon nangyari? Matatransfer, mababaliktad. Yung resources na dating sa asawa mo, yung admiration mo na dapat sa asawa mo, yung emotion mo, yung cognitive mo na dapat sa asawa mo, ano nangyari? Nabaliktad mo, nabigay mo na doon sa celebrity. Kasi siya na yung sinasamba mo, celebrity worshipper ka na eh. So yung resources, you see here, the transfer of resources. Galing sa romantic partner, binigay mo doon kay Taylor Swift. Si Taylor Swift na yung lagi mong pinapansin. Siya na yung lagi mong iniisip. Yung emosyon mo, yung kilig mo, na kay Taylor Swift na, lalo na kapag kumakanta, pag sumasayaw na, pag nagigitara na, kinikilig ka na dati-rati sa asawa mo. Yun yung sinasabi ng absorption addiction model. Got that? From the romantic partner, nilipat mo sa celebrity, yan ngayon yung nagpapababa ng relational satisfaction. O, dyan na kayo ngayon nag-aaway, dyan na nagkakaselosan, to the point, baka dyan pa naghihiwalay. At maraming ganyang cases. Naghiwalay kasi yung partner niya talagang in love doon sa isang celebrity. Let me read to you some excerpts of that article, where this was discussed. Ang sabi, participants who scored high on entertainment, social, and intense personal sub-skills of celebrity attitude scale, which is another name for celebrity worship, were prone to arguments. Ayan na. Away ng away. And dissatisfaction that weakened their existing relationship. Moreover, let me continue, the participants who scored high on the said sub-scales also showed, ano pa yung mga tumaas? Yan. High levels of anxiety in close relationships, which may influence their absorption and addiction to their favorite celebrity. Bottom line, nasisira ang relationship mo kapag ikaw nagiging celebrity worshipper. Alright? So after all the evidences I presented to you, I hope nakita nyo to, na kaya hindi maganda ang celebrity worship kasi as you practice this, as you are committing this form of idolatry, na wrong spelling pa ako dito, because this is a form of idolatry, unti-unti yung different components mo nasisira. Nasisira yung katawan mo, nasisira yung pag-iisip mo, nasisira yung relationships mo, nasisira yung emotions mo. Binibigay mo sa isang tao na hindi mo naman dapat sa kanya binibigay. Got that? As you continue to practice celebrity worship, which is again a form of idolatry, nasisira yung iyong pagkatao. Negative ang outcome. O kaya nga, going back to Exodus, now we know this makes sense. Kaya pala ito pinagbabawal ni Lord kasi tama, scientifically confirmed that when you practice idolatry, you are worshiping a human being and not God. It destroys your mental health. Nagigets nyo? Kasi yung celebrity na sinasamba mo, counted yan under ng earth beneath. Diba? Likeness of anything that is in heaven above or that is in the earth beneath. Eh, di ba yung mga celebrity, taga-earth yan? pinanganak yan sa Alabama, pinanganak yan sa Vito Cruz, o di mga earthlings yan. So kapag sinamba mo yung mga earthlings, hindi maganda yung mangyayari sa mental health natin as indicated nung mga evidences na pinakita ko kanina. So this is again one good example how the Bible can prove a scientific hypothesis correct. So in closing, let me share just some realizations and applications, no? Number one, sana na-realize ninyo that the psyche is wired for worship. Talagang yung psyche natin sa psychology, hindi mo mapipigilan yan na mag-worship. Kasi ginawa talaga yung psyche natin to worship the ultimate supernatural being who is God. In fact, one evidence that this is true, no? Yung world religions. Kung papansin niyo, all throughout human history, from the earliest period hanggang ngayon, hindi nawawala yung religion. You cannot stop people from worshiping deities. Kasi nga, wired sa atin yan to connect with a supernatural being because in the first place, we are supernatural beings. Yun nga lang, embodied kasi tayo. Meron tayong earthly body. Pero ang point, we are wired, dinisenyo tayo to worship a supernatural being. Kaya nga 'di ba sa Bible, sa Old Testament, yan daw yung whole essence of man. Yan yung pinaka-point ng buhay. It's about worship. Fear God and keep His commandments. Yung dalawang yon reflects worship. When you fear God, when you keep His commandments, it's a form of worship. Yan talaga ang essence ng buhay. Yan yung number one na dapat ginagawa ng mga tao. We worship God. We are wired for it. Kung gusto mong gumanda yung mental health mo, tuparin mo tong disenyo mo to worship the true God. Kaya nga, ang application dito, sinabi ko na, worshiping God is good for mental health. For those of you na may poor mental health, given this framework, given this perspective, ang sagot, bakit pangit mental health mo? Baka kulang ka sa worship. You are not worshiping God that you need to worship. Now, to further support this, no, that worshiping God is good for mental health, that explains why magbasa ka ng maraming literature on spirituality. Spirituality positively predicts mental health. Bakit mas mataas ang spirituality, mas tumataas yung mental health? Kasi yung worship, under yan ng spirituality. Isang component yan. So, when you practice your spirituality by worshiping God, yun, nagiging maganda yung mental health mo. Kasi when you worship God, you are realizing, you are reinforcing your design that you ought to be. Dapat mong win-worship, dapat kang nag-worship ng isang supernatural being who is God. Number two, I hope you realize that although worship is good, siguraduhin mo na yung win-worship mo, tama. Correct recipient of worship is deity who is the God of the Bible. Siyempre, marami na naman nakataas ang kilay dito. Sasabihin, marami namang Diyos, no? Gagawin na lang natin ibang lecture yan. Basta ang ini-establish lang natin dito, hindi basta-basta nag-worship ka, ibig sabihin okay na. You should be worshiping the right recipient of worship who is the God of the Bible. O, kaya nga, ang application nito, no? If the correct recipient of worship is deity who is the God of the Bible, the worship of human beings is not right. It's a form of idolatry na dapat ihinto. Kaya nga, in the studies I mentioned a while ago, risk factor ang celebrity worship Kasi ang celebrity worship, hindi siya tugma dito. Anong sabi dito? Sino dapat win-worship? Supernatural being, who is God. Kaya lang sa celebrity worship, hindi deity. Hindi supernatural being yung sinasamba mo. Sino? Tao. Tao na nagkakasakit. Tao na naiinis. Tao na kumakain. So when your object of worship is not right, you are worshiping someone who is a mortal, nagiging risk factor, nagiging negative outcomes yung nararanasan mo when you worship those mortal beings. Baka nalilimutan nyo na yung mga binasa ko kanina, yan yun. Ituloy-tuloy mo yung pagsamba mo sa idol mo, ibigay mo ng ibigay yung sarili mo, yung lahat ng aspeto ng sarili mo sa idol mo, yan yung mararanasan mo. Wala akong makitang positive, puro negative. Nagigets nyo? Now, it makes sense kung babalikan natin yung Exodus, kaya pala pinagbabawal yan. Hindi dahil sa killjoy si Lord. Hindi dahil pamparami lang ng utos ni Lord yan. Because God, our Creator, knows that when we worship idols, we are not meant to do that, it will destroy us. Kapag meron tayong golden calf na sinasamba, in reference to what the Israelites did, nung nasa desert sila, basahin nyo lang sa Exodus. Hindi maganda na meron tayong golden calf. Hindi tayo dinisenyo ni Lord na sumamba sa mga bagay o sa mga tao within this earth. We are designed to worship the God who created us. Pero mas palalimin natin, no? Bakit ba? Ano bang meron kapag sumasamba ka sa isang human being? Bakit nakakasira yun ng mental health? Ang sagot dito, pwede kang tumalon sa Psalms 1:15. Hindi ko na babasahin, kayo na lang. Pause the video if you need to. Ang bottom line lang dito, because you become who you worship. Kung sino man yung sinasamba mo, ang natural consequence niyan, na i-internalize mo yung characteristics niya, nagiging ikaw yung sinasamba mo. Sabi nga dito, no, sa last line, those who make them become like them. Ibig sabihin yung idols na hindi mo dapat sinasamba. So do all who trust in them. You become who you worship. O ngayon, kung yung sinasamba mo, mga fallen human beings, again, ano nangyayari? You become a carbon copy. Nagiging kakambal ka nila. Nagiging ganun ka rin. O, sambahin mo yung mga taong yan. Sige, anong epekto niyan sa sarili mo? Pangit o maganda? Sana naman alam niyo yung sagot, pangit. Subukan mong sambahin to at maging katulad ka niya. Ayoko na lang magbanggit ng pangalan. Subukan mong sambahin to at maging katulad ka niya. Subukan mong kantahin yung mga kanta na kinakanta nito, yung attitude mo sa buhay, yung attitude mo toward the spiritual world, magiging katulad niya. Diba? Mga fallen human beings yan. So, ano nangyayari? Nagiging fallen ka rin. Lalong nare-reinforce yung fallenness mo. Kasi nga, yung identity mo, as you worship them, becomes like them, as indicated in Psalms 1:15. At ang psychological term dyan is identity diffusion. According to Huron, Navik, Zerusen, yan pala yung nangyayari sa isang taong sumasamba sa isa pang tao. Nawawala yung sense of self mo kasi napapalitan ng self ng taong sinasamba mo. Yung tao mong sinasamba, eto, mga yan. Ayoko na lang mag-comment pero alam nyo na. Yung mga characters nito, talagang hindi maganda sa mental health. Yan ngayon yung mai-internalize ng sarili mo. Tatanggalin mo yung sarili mong identity, i-internalize mo yung identity nila, nagkakaroon ng mental health problems. Nagkakaroon ka ng flaws in the way you see the world, in the way you treat other people, in the way you see the spiritual world, because you are worshiping them. Nagigets nyo? Again, anong tawag doon? Identity diffusion. In biblical terms, those who make them become like them, so do all who trust in them. Kaya nga, in contrast, now it makes sense bakit sinabi, be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. Paano mo ma-achieve yan? How can you achieve perfection? Sabi nga nila, nobody is perfect. Pwede pala mangyari yan. How? By worshiping God. Because when you worship God, who is the perfect being, anong sabi? Na i-internalize mo yung characteristic of the deity that you are worshiping. So in this case, God. So when you worship God, when you love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, ano nangyayari? Na i-internalize mo yung characteristics ni Lord katulad ng perfection. So posible to. Pero para mangyari to, dapat you worship the right recipient of worship. I-connect mo to sa psikolohiyang Pilipino. Posible kaya na marami tayong mga social problems in the Philippines. Kaya tayo meron yan. Mataas yung teenage pregnancy, mataas yung spread ng HIV, at marami pa, mataas ang graft and corruption. Siguro, kaya ganito tayo as a society, yung mga Pilipino sa bansa natin, everyday commit idol worship. Lalong-lalo na, we are social media capital of the world. Ang dami-daming mga golden cups ng mga Pilipino. Maraming mga idols yung mga Pilipino na sinasamba nila. Nagigets nyo? Lalo na sa social media, yan kasi yung ultimate platform where our earthly deity are worship. Araw-araw, sinasamba yung mga idols na yan sa social media. So, ano nangyayari? Yung mga Pilipino, as they do that, na i-internalize nila yung mga characters, attitudes, behaviors, habits ng mga fallen human beings na to, natatranslate yan sa social problems. That's how I would explain kung bakit marami tayong mga social problems in the supernatural perspective. Kasi ang mga Pilipino, mataas ang idol worship. Lalong-lalo na lalong-lalo na worship of celebrities. Kumusta naman yung characters ng maraming celebrities na wino-worship ng mga Pilipino? Marami, hindi maganda. So, ano nangyayari? Nai-internalize sa mga Pilipino yung mga pangit na mga patterns na yon, lumalabas sa mga behaviors ng mga Pilipino, lumalabas sa mga attitudes ng mga Pilipino, boom! Ano nangyayari? The social problems we experience today. Got that? So yan, ang maikling lecture natin sa celebrity worship. So sana marami kayong natutunan in this lecture. If you have comments, questions, ilagay nyo lang dyan sa comment section. Sir Howard here. Until the next lecture, God bless everyone. Bye-bye.